This is Backdoor Boink, where we welcome every side of everyone. Please note, this is an 18-plus podcast. It's time to put in some earbuds if you don't want to answer awkward questions from your children, family, or friends. I'm Kayla, a certified relationship and intimacy coach.
And I'm MJ, and I brought the lube.
In this podcast, we explore the behind the scenes of a weekly wellness topic reviewed on our YouTube channel. Our goal is to help you feel good, be naughty. Thank you for checking out our After Dark, After Hours podcast. You can find more information, including our YouTube channel, social media accounts, events, Discord, and products at boinked.com. That's www.boink-ed.com. Now, let's get in that back door. We're absolutely doing this.
I don't want to. You can't make me.
You consented.
No.
You did. I specifically sat down on the couch and said, hey, I was wondering if you could commit the time and energy to doing a podcast with me. Would you be willing to do that?
You can have one or the other.
Time or the energy?
Mm-hmm.
Oh. Well, time, because we're recording now, so...
Keep my wine glass full. We'll be fine.
Okay. All right. Yeah, that'll...
No promises.
I mean, that's fine.
You'll get what you get.
A
lot of editing.
A lot of editing. That's going to be my job, which we already established yesterday when we recorded a pilot. So that's fine. That's fine. So do you remember what tonight's wind down topic was?
Again, solitaire.
No. Just what was tonight's wind down topic?
Something about kinky and freaky and sexual desires.
Desires. Yeah.
The key word being desire.
Desire. Yes. And then we talked about how human beings develop desire and when they become aware of it. And it's at a especially young age.
Younger than most people think, yeah.
Yeah. Were you surprised? You have two older kids.
I have two older kids.
Yeah, no, we're not gonna give details.
Let's just say the middle child figured out early.
Gotcha. Yeah, and I mean, according to what we've read, children start to explore around 4 or 6, between 4 and 6.
Sounds about right.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll even own that one.
You'll own that one?
Oh yeah.
Really? I was about to ask you that anyway.
Yeah,
so.
I'll own that one.
Oh my gosh. I think it must be easier for those with a penis then, because I don't recall. I recall making out with my giant Mickey Mouse doll as a child. Like, slobbering that thing. Like, and it was my size. So, yeah. Okay, maybe I take that back. I mean, I don't think I actually looked at my genitalia until I was in high school, though. Like, took a mirror up to that thing and was like, hey, what's going on down there? How you doing?
All your friends were doing it. Why not?
I don't even remember what prompted me to do that.
I just had to look down.
That's not quite fair. I mean, vulva owners have it difficult all around when it comes to their genitalia. Did I ever tell you? Oh my gosh, this is embarrassing. Did I ever tell you that I put a tampon in wrong the first time?
String first?
No, not string. That's not even possible. I mean, yes, it's probably possible, but that's not what I did. No. So I need you to imagine, a young 11, 12-year-old Kayla trying to read the instructions, because I read the instructions when I take Advil. Every time I take, Every time I take...
Are you sure I'm supposed to take 2?
Are you sure?
Yes, you're supposed to take 2.
So I'm reading the, whole pamphlet that, stretches out as far as my little arms can. I'm reading about toxic shock syndrome and all of that. And they have diagrams on how this is supposed to work. So I do what I think the diagrams are showing. And essentially I was walking around, and there's no other way to say this, but like a hot dog in a hot dog bun. I mean, it was effective. It was very...
Was it?
I mean, it soaked up what it was intended to soak up, but...
But there was no expansion? I mean...
I figured it out probably, within a day or two, that, hey... And I went back to the instructions. Mind you, I already have said so many times that I was that friend that people came to for this type of thing, you know. So I had already told at least 2 friends, oh, it's fine, you just slip it between the lips. And then, of course, I had to retract this expert advice and be like, no, hey, I took a second look and it's got to go up in there. This is not what we were supposed to be talking about. Anyway, so
how does that relate to desire at all?
It's about figuring out your body at a younger age is how I kind of went with that, because you were saying you figured your stuff out really young.
Yeah, really young.
Okay.
Like, we'll say 7, 8, 9, kinky daydreams.
Kinky daydream. Okay, hold on, because that was my next question. Because this, when we did this
Don't
topic.
ask me to go into detail.
Oh, what about after I stop the recording? Will you give me detail?
Maybe.
Okay, all right, that's fine. Because when we did this video, we split it up into 3 categories. We were talking about general, sexuality or desire. We talked about kink as its own special adaptation of desire. And then we talked about orientation or gender identity. Mm-hmm. And we talked about, so my next question was going to be, when did you know you were kinky? And it started with daydreams?
Oh, yeah. Daydreams. Weird feelings.
Oh, my gosh. So I was talking about how I had the realization today that my bondage kink may come from this whole playing Houdini escape artist when I was a kid.
Yeah, that was embarrassing, by the way.
Why? Why was that embarrassing?
That was just one of those embarrassing child stories that...
Are you trying to kink shame me?
No.
You're shaming the source of my kink.
No. It's just one of those oh shit moments.
It was one of those oh shit moments when I...
And then how embarrassed am I for myself at that time when you realize it?
Oh my gosh, that I'm 34 years old and it took me this long to, before going through this topic today, I thought I just happened to be kinky. I remember my 4th time having sex, telling my partner, because I was the goth kid, so
of course you were.
I took off my
together.
Yeah, I took off my chain link belt, which I think I had stolen off of my dog's leash, and I took off my chain link belt and I told my partner to put the belt around my wrists. So for me, I always just assumed I was innately kinky.
There's round numbers here. A 10-year difference between us.
Yeah, 9.5 if anybody's asking.
You had the internet.
I had the internet.
I had these ads in the Advocate.
You always reference the Advocate.
Those ads. Couldn't reply to them. Wouldn't reply to them.
Oh my gosh.
But they intrigued me.
Now, did the Advocate talk all in code, or was some of it like...
Some of it was code. You had to figure it out. If you knew, you knew, and if you didn't, did you dare ask anybody? And some of it was just plain language, like, I'm putting it out there. This is what I'm looking for. This is what I want.
Wow. Okay. That really connects a lot of pieces to the puzzle that is you, because you constantly, I don't want to say constantly, but you regularly refer to the Advocate as...
Oh, yeah. That was your kinky one-stop shop.
Yeah. Oh, my gosh. As we were building the Discord and everything, you were, commenting about, well, the Advocate, used these kind of terms. Mm-hmm. Or even when we were naming this podcast.
Right.
The back...
back page.
Back page. Oh. Oh, my gosh. All right.
Does that help?
That helps a lot. That helps a lot.
Granted, your internet was prehistoric. Dial up.
Wow. Are we gonna go into age play here?
I admitted I didn't even have it.
Yeah. I had AOL to start.
Yeah.
But at least I had it more in my life than, I had it earlier on, rather. I had it earlier on than you did.
You did.
I remember going into AOL chat rooms and ASL, age, sex, location, and I was always like an 18-year-old female from Florida, and then I would role play being a bartender or something, and flirt with the chat room dude.
Yeah, that's right up. Yeah, I can totally see that. Yeah.
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 What about you?
Me? What about me?
Chat rooms, was that a thing for you?
I love chat rooms. I used to sit and troll chat rooms.
troll them? Like, hold on, because troll means something different now. So were you like
Okay,
going in and being an
so
asshole?
no, I wasn't being the keyboard warrior. I was just sitting there. People would ask, ASL, I'd give them information. May not have been accurate.
That was my next question.
But I'd sit there and I just loved watching and reading the
You're
chats.
a voyeur.
I was more of a voyeur when it came to the chat rooms, yeah.
Okay.
And hey, that sounds interesting. Open up Yahoo search or AOL search or whatever it was back in the day, because, Google's only been around maybe 20 years now.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. It feels like Google is just a staple of existence now, especially because everything in our household runs on Google. I have a question. So we're talking about, when you recognize desire and stuff. Do you remember your first pornographic either magazine or video or...
Stop there.
Uh-oh.
We can go back. Kids.
Oh boy.
8, 10. I won't mention names, but we used to go to a friend's house on the weekends with the parents. They were childless, but a bunch of us kids would get together, hang out. They all worked together.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. He kept a stash of Playboys in the bathroom. Basket.
Oh my gosh. Oh, right in the bathroom.
Right in the bathroom. He didn't have kids.
Oh.
Didn't matter,
Right. So you'd, air quotes here, go to the bathroom?
Yeah, the boys would go to the bathroom and collect a few mags. Go down to the basement where we were allowed to hang out and play and...
Oh my gosh.
Oh, yeah.
So wait, a group of guys.
A group of us boys.
Boys.
There was
just
3 or 4
sitting
or
around
5 of us.
flipping through,
Oh, yeah, flipping
dirty
through
mags.
dirty mags.
I feel like I've seen this in a movie somewhere, and
probably.
I didn't know it actually happened in real life.
Welcome to the 80s and before.
And before. The 80s was before my time. Mostly.
Mostly, yeah.
80% of the 80s was before my time. Ah. Okay.
So, we'd compare pictures and who got the better magazine. And
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. That's why I said, when we were looking through that tub that we got,
I know. We got it.
I recognized more than half of those magazines.
So he's referring to this giant, if you guys are not aware, this giant blue Rubbermaid containers that are
AKA
like
a Tucker tub.
a Tucker tub. Yeah, like you
Fill
could
it and forget it.
you could fill that thing. I don't even know how many gallons they're considered, but somebody actually posted it on our local Buy Nothing Facebook group. Like, I don't know who would be interested in this, but cleaning out my relatives' home after they've passed, we've found these Playboy magazines in great condition. Does anybody want them? So of course, I was like, yes.
And then I was sent.
Huh?
And then I was sent to collect them.
That usually happens. But of course I wanted them for educational purposes.
You did.
I did.
We gave a few away.
I
and
did.
you kept the rest.
I did.
But the best surprise was the 5 or 6 VHS tapes.
Oh
the
my
Playboy
gosh.
VHS tapes still in the
Still
cellophane.
in the cellophane. Yes. Oh my gosh. I think if we let them sit a little longer, maybe someday they will, be worth something. We'll see. But by that time, nobody will have a VHS to...
They'll disintegrate by then.
Oh, that's sad. That's sad. Yeah, I think my first pornographic image or movie, have you ever seen Gia?
Oh, geez, that was a long time ago.
That was a long time ago, about a model and what's her name? Angelina Jolie.
Big Lips.
Big Lips.
Forever
Sorry.
known as Big Lips.
For Big Lips. I'm really bad with names. So Angelina Jolie was the main actress on there, and there was lots of nudity and lesbianism, and I was like, hey. And it was specifically the one movie that was on the shelf in the house that I was told not to watch. So, of course, as soon as my dad was at work, I watched it.
Well, of course, that's what you do.
Yes, absolutely. I mean, that's bratting at its earliest, at its best.
Yeah.
You look like you have a question.
No, I have no questions. This is yours.
This is our podcast.
But you have gone off topic a little bit.
I mean, the idea of this podcast is more to kind of tangentially go in, and it's supposed to be loose. I mean, when I do the Wind Down Wednesdays, I have...
Talk about me like that.
You are loose. Hey. Me too. loose with my concept of morals. Maybe no, that's not right.
Yeah.
What? That's not true. I have strong morals. Like I can't lie. If I tried to tell you the sky was purple, I'd smirk. I can't even. I have an agenda. I'm like.
You always
shaking
have
the
an
paper.
agenda. You print it
No.
off every week, and every week it hits the bin after the show. And
Yeah, but I didn't print out an agenda for our podcast. It was more about natural conversations and your smart ass face across the table from me because apparently people think you're funny.
those people are sick.
Uh-huh. And that's why we like them.
Okay,
Right?
but they're people.
Oh my gosh, I know. You are recording your voice to interact with people.
I record my voice every day.
Yeah, but that's different. You're actually talking about you.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh.
Nobody wants to hear about me.
I want to hear about you. I've already learned something new, the whole advocate thing. But we were talking about, gender identity and orientation and when that evolves in human beings, when that awareness evolves. And so the majority was between 10 and 18, with gay men saying around the age of 10, they were pretty sure. And lesbians and bisexuals saying around the age of 13, they were pretty sure. But in general, across LGBTQ, including trans and everything,
Okay.
it was like roughly 12. And
Think back. Think back to when you were a kid. I know that was a long time ago. Even I can remember when I was a kid.
yeah,
Wasn't there always one in your class that you could put a finger on at
As
an early
being-
at an early age
No,
as being
I-
part of the community?
I actually crushed on the guy that ended up being like the gay. So I clearly did not. My gaydar was way off.
I'm sorry.
It's okay. I ended up,
Stuck with me instead.
No, I was gonna say I end up, putting my pen to the petition and signing up as the LGBTQ a year later. So it's fine. I came out as bisexual sophomore year of high school after they did a diversity day, because there was this one kid walking around school taking and making little pins like saying the Bible is right and it should only be man and woman, to the point where him and his buddies has caused such a stir that the school had to call everybody into the auditorium like you see in movies. Not the auditorium, sorry, the gym. And have an LGBTQ member come in and talk to us about diversity and acceptance. And about a year previously, I had my first, experience with another female. And so I had been, cringing inside, not knowing what to do. And usually I'm one to quick to speak up. But in this case, it took me a while. And after that little intervention by the school, I decided to come out as bisexual. And then the same guy who was walking around with these horrific pins offered to show me his what's that swimsuit edition, Maxim magazine.
Oh, Maxim. Yeah, Maxim was good.
He was like, hey, let's go to the auditorium. We'll go backstage and I'll show you my Maxim magazine. I hear you like girls. Isn't that nice?
That was nice of him.
Yeah, super nice. How they are all interested once they think that there's a threesome possibility involved.
Yeah, it's funny how that works.
Yeah.
Enjoy that wine.
Is that the last of it?
Oh,
there's
no.
There's a giant half bottle behind you.
big bottle.
Okay. Do you have any thoughts about tonight's topic or any questions that you want to ask me?
I don't have any thoughts. Let's see your notes.
All right.
Let me see your notes and read over your notes real quick. I left my glasses upstairs.
Oh, you should see the way he's holding the page away from him, full arm's length. You need your bifocals.
I like my bifocals.
Daddy.
King of the look.
King of the look. Yes,
I've
you
been
are.
dubbed King of the look.
You are.
Oh, yeah, you didn't touch on the cartoons here, but yeah, those cartoons.
The cartoons?
Oh,
like
yeah.
which ones?
Going back to the cartoons, those were always fun to watch.
Did you get any kinks from cartoons?
Oh, yeah, Bugs Bunny and the Looney Tunes.
Yeah?
Oh, yeah.
See, that's funny because for me, the Looney Tunes gave me the opposite of a kink or a fetish.
I mean, Looney Tunes are, if you look at them in the kink or fetish light, they're kind of scary. But if you look at, what was one of the Pepe Le Pew was the suave
Yes.
Frenchman. Bugs Bunny was the cross-dresser.
Yep.
There was subtle Less than subtle?
Less than subtle. Yeah. Once you go back and watch these things as an adult, subtlety is gone completely.
You gotta remember, most of those were written and produced during
Wartime.
World War II.
Yeah.
And they were geared for adults.
Yeah. Well, on the live, I talked about that example of Daffy Duck pulling up his feathers or his, but ducks don't have feathers on their legs. So I don't know, like, systematically how this was supposed to be,
Doesn't
a process.
matter.
But
It's
anyway.
a cartoon.
And then he's trying to hitchhike and he sticks his leg out of the bush and it's a sexy woman leg in stockings with pointed toes and everything. And I remember looking down at my leg and my foot and thinking, my foot doesn't look like that. My leg doesn't look like that. And now...
Who picked him up? Elmer Fudd?
Probably. Yeah, that sounds about right.
Who won there?
Yeah, probably... Neither. Neither. Duck season. But yeah, now I don't like feet because I have this really... From a cartoon. This sounds ridiculous.
I don't like feet because my feet are nasty.
I mean, all the power out there to people that do love feet. That's a whole nother realm of play that I'm...
I'll be honest. Have I seen some?
That are sexy?
Oh, yeah.
Really?
But it's more than the feet. I'm not into feet, but have I seen sexy feet? Yes.
Okay.
And the lower leg, the calf.
I've definitely
Yeah.
been with partners that found feet attractive to the point of putting feet around the male genitalia and letting them go to town. But it didn't do anything for me.
Well, that sounds like a topic.
Okay. Foot fetish.
Not necessarily foot fetish, but maybe not a hard limit for you. Something you'll do for somebody else.
Yeah, like it didn't hurt me. It didn't bother me.
It doesn't bother you. It's not a hard limit. Are you willing to do this for someone at some point?
Do you have I guess we'd call him a soft limit for now. Like a yield sign. Like, I'm not so sure. Oh my gosh, you're snickering. So you have something.
I was just chuckling to myself.
Uh-huh. All right. Are you ready to do a limerick then? And we'll call it a night.
The limericks are crude. They're funny, but they're crude.
Okay.
I don't want to insult anybody.
Since the day I met you...
I've always been crude. I know.
Not just crude. What was the other limerick that you always say just for ha-has?
Oh, geez. I can't even remember now. It just
Something
falls out.
Yeah, they just fall out of your face.
I have no filter.
No. So, and one of our listeners, Suze, has said that to end the podcast in any other way except one of these naughty limericks would just be illegal. So,
we're going to shout out to Suze and tell her she's got to send some.
Ooh, okay. Yep, Suze, you hear that? All right, let's see what you got.
Of course, here I am waiting for an answer. This is a damn podcast.
You'll get used to it, babe.
I don't.
Are you having fun?
Am I annoying you?
Yes.
Then I'm having fun.
Uh-huh. Go ahead, give me a limerick.
There once was a man from Bel Air who was doing his wife on the stair, but the banister broke, so he doubled the stroke and finished her off in midair.
Oh my gosh. That is an amazing feat of acrobatics, but also...
I want to watch that.
I'd want
to watch that.
You'd want to watch people boink in midair?
Yeah. How's that possible?
I mean, if there was a trapeze.
We get a trampoline.
Don't get me started on the trampoline thing. That's for next episode. I'll tell you all about my trampoline fetish. All right, that's it. That's what we have for you tonight. We will catch you next episode. And as always, stay you, stay beautiful, feel good, be naughty.
Bye.
Bye. Thanks again for listening to this podcast. I started Boink in 2022 with the goal to create a safe environment and culture for all genders and sexual orientations, to learn about and embrace every part of themselves and one another. We offer workshops, events, and various inclusive products, along with consultations to make sure we take a holistic approach to enhancing individuals' sexual satisfaction with themselves or their partners. I believe that when you accept yourself and your partner on the most intimate of levels, it filters out into your daily life. The World Health Organization recognizes this, saying sexual health is fundamental to the overall health and well-being of individuals, couples, and families, and to the social and economic development of communities and countries. So as long as you'll have us, Boink will be here. Kink-affirming, gender-blurring, sex-fulfilling. And you can find any of our details at www.boink-ed.com.